So are you thinking about hiring a virtual assistant? Sounds like a great idea, right? Take some of the work off your plate and not have to pay what we would pay for someone in the United States. Where I live, you're not going to hire anybody for less than 18, 20 bucks an hour, plus benefits, plus the employer's side of Social Security and Medicare. And then I've got to provide them with a desk and a computer. And that's a lot. That starts getting expensive really fast. And then you got to teach them what to do, how to do the job. So I started looking at the idea of hiring a virtual assistant. That too was intimidating. Well, on one hand, I love the fact that I can hire somebody for a lot less money because they live somewhere where the cost of living is less. I was also intimidated by, where do I find this person? How do I know they're going to be a good worker? I need to interview them. What questions do I need to ask? And I've owned a restaurant before. I've interviewed lots of people. I've had policies, but still, it was still somewhat intimidating. And there was just a lot of unknowns. So I kind of hesitated. I did some research. I did some Googling. I signed up for, some newsletters, which then put more emails in my inbox, and getting my inbox empty is one of the many tasks I thought a virtual assistant could help me with. So I was kind of going backwards. And then I had the question of, am I going to be spending more time training them and tracking them than I'm going to get of my own time back? So I didn't do anything for a while. And I hired some people on Fiverr to do some individual tasks. I hired someone on Upwork to ghostwrite a book for me. But that's not the same as hiring an employee that you're going to work with, that I'm going to give access to my data and my cloud accounts and stuff. I kind of hung out for a while, and it was more of a fantasy that it didn't feel like I was really going to do anything. And I just kept trotting forward with my getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning and working until 9 o'clock at night, and not taking weekends off, just being a workaholic. And for some of us, we like to think that's a sign of pride. We work those long hours when we can. I no longer think that way. That's not the way life is meant to be, at least for me. And I did it for 40 years, but not anymore. So if you're interested in my journey and how I went from where I was then to where I am today, stick around for the next video, and I will talk a little bit more about the story of how I went from intimidated by hiring someone in another country to having a couple of virtual assistants working for me, working out pretty good.